What is going on, guys? Figured I would make this little video in an introduction to the truck side of things that are going to be now featured on my channel and whatnot. So basically I wanted to give you the basic runaround of how I got to here. Just truck-wise. For the most part anyway. I'll try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. I'm going to include pictures and videos and stuff like that throughout it of each build that I've done, you know, whether it was minor or I did major things to it or whatever. So, alright, starting it off. I was in high school. I was graduating high school. I ended up getting my license super late, so here in Jersey, they do like this whole 6-hour program and whatnot, and well, long story short, I saved the money. I didn't do that, and I was pretty young for my grade, so I ended up graduating high school. I drove for 2 months. I had a Toyota Camry. It was an old car that was just left on the side of my house pretty much. You know, my dad thought the engine was no good in it and stuff like that. Long story short, I ended up getting it for my birthday. You know, I put like I don't know, 500 bucks in it, and ended up flipping that right after I graduated high school. Got like 2,500 bucks for it or something like that, and yeah, literally almost the day after I graduated, I went out and bought my first OBS. I got a 300 straight six Ford F-150, a 1995. I'll show you here. Then of course afterwards, I started to love the truck scene. Now of course that truck was not worthy at all of the truck scene at the time, but I was 18 and you know, I was having fun in it and whatnot, and yeah, just taking it day by day really, and putting a bunch of work into it and money into it, and then yeah, it ended up looking pretty sweet, and yeah, I started going to shows. I started doing basically all the truck stuff I could, and realizing I had a 6-cylinder gas truck, I really stopped impressing people, and truthfully I didn't want to put really too much money into it. It had several problems with the motor, and yeah, so I'll show you some clips here of what it ended up being. I was gonna fum and swap it or whatever, and but it just, for the amount of money and stuff it needed, the truck was primarily rust free. It was actually pretty clean, but it was a 2-wheel drive. Wasn't worth putting that much money into it. It was like an XL, crank windows. I mean, it would have been a nightmare to do a full conversion on it, and it just didn't mean, like, as much as the truck meant to me, it didn't mean that much to me, and I knew what I really wanted. So I'll throw in the rest of the clips here. Oh, and I think I forgot to include, the red truck ended up blowing up, so I needed a new daily. Ended up parting out the cab, stuff like that. I'll show you guys pictures here. So gathered up the money that I scrapped the daily, for parts and whatnot. Actually, almost got all my money back for the truck, so I really can't complain. It was, like I said, two-wheel drive, waste of money. I ended up parting it out, and I contributed most of the body to my buddy's girlfriend's truck, and actually my buddy's show truck. He needed a cab, and my cab had zero rust anywhere, and I ended up selling him the cab for a great price and contributing to his OBS build that has been 5 years in the making now. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's a full frame off. So I'm happy to contribute that. We got some money for it and ended up with that. And yes, I did want a Jeep XJ. Kind of regretting it now, but hey, I really can't complain. Most of the time it's turnkey and go. Parts are cheap to replace. And, like I said, it's my money maker, so I can't really complain. So naturally, while owning the red truck, I turned 19. I was 19 years old. I was dailying the red truck. It was winter driven, the whole nine. And my dream truck was a crew cab, all white, 7.3, OBS. Realistically, I wanted a Power Stroke 97, but this deal came up. Obviously, didn't look like that. I'll show you here when I first got this thing. It was my second vehicle I purchased. Ended up picking this truck up for I think 1,800 bucks, something like that. Needed a bunch of work. I'll show you here. So yeah, I'm gonna make a whole different video about like the work that was done to my current vehicles. I'm not going to bore you with all the stuff. You can kind of see a lot of it was cosmetics with like the red truck, my first one. But this one was my dream truck. I mean, you name it, it had it, an issue with it. This is a 7.3 IDI. Just issue after issue. I mean, the fuel tank leaked. Wasn't running right. The motor was half put together when I bought it. I mean, it was a project and a half. So long story short, over the years of restoring, detailing, painting and everything else, here she is in her current state. I just got it back from a body shop. It got crushed in a tornado, and whatnot. I'll get into each build specifically in each video, which is the whole point of why I'm gonna have this channel, to do all that on. But so I ended up getting the 1994 7.3 IDI crew cab long bed, all white. It's still a project still to this day. But a lot of restoration and a lot of money has been put into this thing, performance-wise and stuff like that. So we will get into that into a later video. But here's a transformation up until what it looked like before it went to the body shop, and I'll explain why it's on these garbage wheels. But it'll be self-explanatory later in this video. So this is what it ended up being. And then comes my addiction to OBS trucks. I had an extended cab short bed, I had the crew cab long bed. I had to have a single cab Power Stroke. I got a 1997 single cab, all black, 7.3 Power Stroke, gutted race truck pretty much is what it ended up being. XL as well, ended up getting it for a steal. Had a built trans, needed a bunch of work and money put into it, stuff like that. So I will show you the before and afters kinda of that here. Maybe some clips of me racing, drag racing it and stuff like that. I ran like a 13.5 at a quarter mile, so it wasn't too bad. For the amount of money I put into it, it really wasn't an insane race build or anything like that, but I had fun with it, and yeah, so I'll show you that truck here. Obviously, I no longer have that. Woohoo! I owned the black truck for, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. Got it on the road and everything, and I was on my way to work. At this point in my life, I was working at a DPW. Before I was working at a farm, and yeah, I was on my way to work and smoked the deer at like 65 miles an hour and damn near totaled the entire truck. So we'll show you pictures of the whole rebuilding process of how it became like that little gutted rat rod race truck I built, you know.
95, 117 miles an hour, that was moving. We'll back up this old Power Stroke here, buddy.
So that's the black truck. Next up was I got an offer for the black truck to trade for a extended cab, long bed, 2006 6.0 Power Stroke. It was an XLT, all gray cloth. But yeah, so I got an offer to straight up trade the truck through Facebook Marketplace. I got pretty heavily onto that, you know, over the years and stuff, buying, trading, flipping, you know, into basically the vehicles that I wanted. So long story short, I put on the stock wagon wheels off this truck. So the wheels that are on it, the race lines, these actually came on the black truck, the single cab. I got rid of the wagon wheels. I've used these as rollers because they obviously are worth their money. And the other ones had better tread on it, yada yada, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. But long story short, I almost drove out to Ohio. Me and my buddy Tyler, we shot over to Ohio almost. It was in Pennsylvania, but we were super close. It was over like 7 hours away from here. And a long day to say the least. We drove the truck all the way out there. It did great. I replaced like a bunch of sensors and stuff before we made the voyage, and honestly the truck was just reliable. we got it there, and we ended up trading for the 6.0. The 6.0 needed a number 8 injector. That was the only issue, and it needed a bed and stuff like that. And yeah, so before and afters of this right here. So in the mist, I'm gonna have to beat the rain here, which is why we don't have any content of me working on the current builds. Long story short, I needed a winter vehicle, something to work out of at the time. At the time, I was at a farm, and shortly after I was detailing on the side, I ended up starting my business, and it pretty much took off, and now I do that full time. So I work out of the Jeep XJ, the green one back there. Bought that for 500 bucks, wrecked. Fully restored it for the most part. You know, I've replaced almost everything in that thing too. But it's made me my money back like 10 times over. So I really can't complain. I've put a few grand into it, but it was well worth it. Now we're gonna get rained on, so that's great. But that's ended up being the daily, so I could keep the trucks nice. So yeah, ended up getting an offer to trade my 2006 6.0 after I put a number 8 injector in it. I did a bunch of stuff to it. It was a pretty nice truck. It needed a bed. I didn't want to put a bed on an extended cab long bed. It wasn't the truck I wanted, and XLT was not the package I wanted. So last summer, I actually traded actually not far from here. I ended up picking this thing up. And I'm gonna show you guys later in YouTube the progress on this, because this is my current truck. This is now recent. I ended up trading straight up for a crew cab all black Lariat, custom order sunroof, 6.0 Power Stroke, bone stock, nothing deleted, no tune on it, nothing. And this is its current state. And I'm gonna show you guys pretty soon here on YouTube, gonna follow right after this video pretty much, exactly how it got here and exactly how this got here. So I will have all the truck content, any questions you guys have, stuff like that. I'm gonna be posting pretty much everything I do on the builds currently. I've been a big diesel guy, and I'm big into the truck scene and stuff like that. So I figured, I see a lot of guys making content and stuff like that, kind of want to jump on the bandwagon since I'm already doing the race stuff and whatnot. So yeah, figured you guys might like to see, like, pretty much backyard built trucks and stuff like that. So we're building them both pretty much to be showable vehicles, but at the same time this one is going to work if it has to, though it's not like I'm going to be towing heavy or anything like that. Pretty much just a truck to take to the races that is showable. So we'll get into that, and we'll get into things and how things end up actually playing out from here on out. So but yeah, this is the this is my latest flip. I ended up, like I said, before and afters of that red truck have now got me to this, which this is the after so far. Obviously no bed on it and stuff like that. This as well needed a bed. May or may not need a turbo, not really sure yet. I think there was just another stupid issue going on. But everything seems to be going on pretty nicely. The truck runs absolutely flawlessly. And I'm really happy I did the trade. Now, you will see later that the truck did not look anything like this at all when I first got it, which is, why he traded me. I will show you guys the pictures of, well, realistically, I won't show you pictures of this because I have plenty of content lined up for you guys, because I was filming since last summer on the beginning of this build. So I'll have plenty of content to show you basically every step of the way of how it got here, with some video footage, stuff like that. And yeah, I'm working. Big into like the diesel truck world and stuff like that. If anyone's interested, I did get a new truck last night. I traded my red 6.0 that you guys saw previously on the vlog. It was covered, but I did end up trading that for a crew cab Lariat. I don't know, who cares, but if you guys want to see more truck stuff, I'll throw it in here. If you guys want to see it, leave a comment down below. If you guys want to see more in depth of the personal life with the trucks, the detailing, or anything else like that besides the racing, so let me know what you guys think, and I can post more stuff of daily life. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna bang this out, beat the weather, beat the storm, and get back home so we can get our own stuff done. So little over $6,000 worth of work in the other truck. Traded this one straight up. That ran drive reliably. It was bone stock, so that was the only downside, but upside because it's reliable. And I wanted this interior package in the worst way possible. Has all the same everything that the King Ranch does, the whole, all like as far as plastics go. The only thing that's different in the Lariats are the seats. So realistically, I can live without it, but even if the deal came up where I could put King Ranch seats in this thing, I definitely am going to. So yeah, the tan Lariat's not bad. I just wanted something better than gray, and this thing's fully loaded. Has a lot more features than my truck did. I love the white backgrounds, and yeah, I mean, the thing's loaded, full sound system, etc. It's just it was a one owner truck, and you know, one owner truck. Old man owned it, I'm assuming, before, just because it's so babied and the motor's in such an incredible shape. Yeah, and then just some kid bought it from him about a year ago and used and abused it and neglected it. So a little under a year, actually. His inspection from truck came from New York. I bought it from a kid in Jersey, so his inspection was still due until now. So he definitely didn't own it that long. So that's at least a plus side, but he definitely did a lot of damage to this thing in the meantime. Original owner did put the bumper and shit on. Only plus side is that this whole setup goes for $2,500 to $3,000. So I may redo it, may sell it for like half that and have someone else redo it. I don't know if I want to be bothered with it, but basically I'm going to take that money because I don't want this whole thing. Going to take all that money with the winch and everything works. KC lights, everything. Going to take all that money and then put a bed on it because it needs a bed, which my other one did too. But at least this one you can look at. It's not all bondoed and whatnot and primered and unfinished, so. But yeah, you know, we're going to put a whole new bed on it. Tonneau cover, getting rid of the back rack too. We'll sell that. We'll sell the bed too, realistically, for a couple hundred or something. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty clean truck. I hit the jams. Like I said, I did a lot of work already. A whole day's worth of work on this thing already. It was, believe it or not, worse. But yeah, the worst part was realistically was the engine bay, which is still not to where I need it, but night and day difference. Just still far from where I want it, but we'll get there. I'm gonna let it soak and degrease around the block and whatnot, because there is still some, you can see it's just all the aluminum and everything's just so dirty. It's just embedded in there. So I'm gonna hit it with some more powerful stuff, get the whole block looking good again and whatnot. And yeah, possibly I'd put a turbo in it. That's really the only downside. I mean, as you could tell, I mean everything is in really good shape. It was just dirty, you know. This kid rode just like I do, so that's cool. But he would go ride in the pits and whatnot, and you know, with doing that, he had the winch. He had the capability of, say, pulling out Jeeps and mud boggers and you name it that would get stuck. And you know, what's a teenage kid gonna do with a truck? You know, he's gonna go yank them out and be all hard ass. So that's what he did. That's why it's all trashed and filthy, and he didn't really care. You know, he used it as a truck and thought that meant let's go wheeling with it. So thing was caked in mud. I don't think it's ever really seen well, it's definitely never been detailed, and it's definitely never seen even a real good washing within the last year, at least. But at some point this thing was definitely taken care of by, I'm assuming, the original owner, who had it up until this point. I guess he was fire department, etc. So he was somewhat cared for. But I just went through the little redneck tests of the 6.0s, and I want another 6.0 because I love them. But this one just seems like it's going to be a lot less work than my other one. You know, I'm a professional detailer, so for me to take on a job like this is really not a huge deal. It's a lot of work, but I can do it for free here. You know, minus a few days lost worth of work, but that's all right. You know, this is why I started it. is I love doing my own stuff. I like restoring my own stuff. And yeah, so that's basically it. So today's project's gonna be project redo this whole interior. And then we'll see where we're at from there. And then hopefully we're looking good. We'll get the paint corrected. And then start doing fluid flushes and everything else. Get everything changed, all the fluids changed, filters changed, everything ready to go. And then, yeah, whenever I can get to a DMV where I don't have to wait for a week in line to get a spot, then it will be registered and on the road. So, but until then, we're gonna restore it right here in the driveway, get rid of all the stuff, fully, pretty much build it to a point where I don't mind being seen in it. And then we will go from there. So yeah, this is going to be day 2 on the project. I didn't film anything for day 1, but yeah, that's what I did. Engine bay detail. I have some pictures I can include. Engine bay detail, undercarriage detail, which was much worse before. But as you can tell, same deal. It's not perfect. I gotta soak it in degreaser and stuff. It just sat in the metal so long. You know, I did the wheels, did the whole outside, full decontamination package. Did that, and this thing's going to be getting the works. So yeah, we got some work to do, but a lot of work to do. But it will slowly, you know, in a week's time, it'll make a night and day transformation. And then from there on out, as I replace things, etc., the thing's going to end up being a pretty nice truck, I'm sure. So, needs some serious paint correction, as you can see. And today's interior day, going to finish the interior entirely, get it all coated up. Got to put a bed on it, turbo, going to flush all the fluids after everything's detailed and the whole thing's pressed out. But we got a crew cab Lariat, fully loaded. See the inside before for you guys in real time. It is absolutely disgusting. Every piece of grain in this truck has dirt on it. I mean, it's just trashed. Those who have seen my red 6.0 will know that truthfully, it was probably in worse shape when I got it, so. And that one came out pretty damn good, so. Obviously, seats aren't really that tan, they're just black. It's just absolutely trashed. Carpets are not even a thing. But we're gonna do a few hours worth of work in here today. And we're gonna make it great again. Well, today's Friday. It is now 7:30 in the morning. Just been grinding on the truck pretty much the past 2 days now. This would be, yeah, day 3. So, yeah, a little recap of day 2. This is what we got done. Everything's all restored back here. Headliner's all done. Fully extracted. Seats, carpets, everything back here is completely done. We did everything back here. Seats conditioned, the whole 9. And then same thing with the whole rack system where we could put the gear, all that, everything. It was absolutely a disgrace before. And now we are all looking brand new again. So, a lot of work. This took all day yesterday just to do the back. It was, yes, that bad. So yeah, headliner came out pretty good. This is the first time me seeing it after first extraction, so, you know. So, we're looking good. So now, that's done this morning. Trying to beat the rain. At least we're getting rain. Hopefully it won't be dusty at the race. But yeah, we're doing, I just did this door panel, but we gotta do the rest of it. So this is what it looked like before. I mean, it vacuumed and dusted everything already, but it is a freaking mess in here. I mean, even just the grain, you can't really, the camera makes everything look great, but I mean, it's filthy. Like I said, everything's dusted down already. And you just see it in the grain of everything. I mean, it is disgusting in here. So, gonna get everything scrubbed down, get these carpets extracted the rest of the way, and make this thing look like a fully loaded truck again. So, like I said, it's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. But the back was the main part because there was so much more to do behind the seats and everything like that. So, yeah, and plus we already did the whole headliner up here as well, so that helps. So we should be pretty good. The headliner's out of the way, so that was, of course, a hard part too. So, you know, just it's junk everywhere. I mean, just grease embedded in everything. I mean, it's amazing how it got like this in 1 year of a kid owning it. 1 year after the original owner, and this is what the kid did to it. It's unbelievable. I'm probably gonna have to get this all reupholstered and whatnot. We'll worry about that when time comes. At least we'll get a clean slate, get everything cleaned up, detailed, restored, all to brand new, and then we can start working on this thing and get it ready to be registered. So, you know, next step after this is gonna be, you know, paint correction, and then we're gonna get a bed. We're gonna get the monstrosity of a bumper off of this. Put a normal one on, get a bunch of stuff going, get little body work touched up, different mirrors, you know, start off with some different lights, and just kind of go from there. So, you know, gonna change all the fluids, you know, all that good stuff. Make this thing reliable, ready to go. Yeah, so day 3, let's get after it. We only have probably 3 more hours before the tropical storm comes, so gonna hopefully bang the rest of this out in 3 hours, considering it was a whole entire day on the interior. So 3 hours should be plenty. Yeah, let's get after it. Grub pass on the dash, still not all the way there, but to just tell you what we're dealing with, this whole detail, insane. Well, 2 full days. The interior is finally together and done. Just got to get some upholstery work now done. Just on this seat, the rest of them came out good. So, yeah, not bad. A couple spots in the carpet I can work out later. I do this once a year anyway, so I'll do it again before I put it away for winter. But hell yeah, I'm pumped. Came out amazing. This is basically how I've done every single truck that I've gotten. All my vehicles. I mean, like 500 bucks for that. Rebuilt it. It was wrecked. I kind of just go through and restore vehicles I can get for super cheap that are mechanically perfect. So it's kind of fun. I like actually building the trucks the way that I want to, instead of just buying something and driving it. Makes it honestly, it ends up turning out a lot nicer than pretty much anybody's stuff, so it's pretty sweet. Definitely loving it. I mean, I extracted absolutely everything in here, scrubbed down everything multiple times in here, heat, steamed, extracted, you name it, it was done. And now it was coated, dressed, protected, and just vacuumed up a little bit of crumbs from the rest of it, and we are finally done. Now we just need paint correction. We can get on with the actual things I need to do to it. So came out amazing, love it. Been playing music a lot during the detail, but this is why I bought it. Hopefully I put 2 new batteries in it on Monday. Hasn't ran since, we're really low on fuel, but see what she's got. No problem. Detailer, but this was all from the truck. All these dirty towels. Crazy. Back to the channel. Those who wanted to see some truck content, I got you. So yeah. Today we are all taped up and we have started the wet sanding process. It's going to be 3 different wet sanding stages to fix all this horrible paint. It's absolutely trashed. So we have started. And the whole entire vehicle has nothing but tree branch marks in it, and yeah, needs some serious love. So to make things much quicker, we have decided, so we're wet sanding today, and so we're up and ready to start. So 3 wet sanding stages, possibly a couple compounding stages, and then polishing stages as well. So we'll kind of see. I'm hoping to do the whole wet sanding process and then a 2-step, and hopefully we're good with that. It's definitely going to be a lot of work today, and I'm hoping to finish it today. This is an extreme correction. I do offer a service like this for my business, so it's definitely not my first time. But yeah, as you can tell, yikes. So we're gonna make this thing look like something. See, it looks good like this, well, this is how it's gonna look all the time, but if you really look at it, it is not. Well guys, aggressive wet sanding is done. Now it's time to smooth it all out. 3 more coats of wet sand. Well, dripping sweat. But it's now about dinner time. Started this morning, but all the wet sanding is officially done. Wet sanded 3 different times. And yeah. We are finally all smoothed out and ready to buff. Well, I'm not gonna lie, wet sanding is done. Just gave it a quick wash. Tape's still holding decent. It's good enough. I'm actually really pumped on how good everything actually came out. Now it's the fun part. A few more hours and this thing's gonna be glass. D2, fresh pad. We got all the wet sanding done yesterday, and we polished, well, we cut the hood, which that's the result after cutting. And we did this fender too. So as you can tell, I put the cover on it last night because we got a little bit of rain. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have today, but as you can tell, pretty big difference. But no scratches now. It's a piece of glass. So yeah. Hopefully have it all cut today. Trying to beat the rain again. I'm not working. Not on the road working because of it. So at least it gives me time to finish this. So this is day 3 on the outside, just on the paint. Satisfying feeling when you're done cutting. Now to wash all this residue off, give it a nice ISO wipe down since I made a mess and I got lazy. Whew. Starting to look like something. Tape is lifted. Still keeping it in some areas. I'm about to blow it off. Give it a good wash. Wipe it down. And then we'll see what we're looking like. Do a little detailing, get in the cracks and crevices, wipe all the polish out. This compound's really annoying to work with. I actually hate it, but it does cut well, so that's why I use it. So, and it finishes not too bad, so just got to get out the hologramming and, you know, all that other good stuff from cutting. It leaves the paint with a little nasty haze, so we'll give it a good once over, make sure we don't have to cut any more spots since I did change pads, so we'll make sure everything's good. Then, yeah, blow it off, untape everything, wipe everything down real good. We're ready to polish this thing tomorrow and be done with it. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. So, well, guys, it's a couple days later. We did hit my Jeep this morning. Did a little bit of correction for a customer. And it left me just enough time for one more thing. Done, fully, coated, you name it. What to do now is just get on the nooks and crannies, clean up a little bit of polish on some certain things. I wanted to get it coated first before I started doing any of that, so still got a little bit of cleanup. But this is definitely probably one of the most long things that I'll do to this truck. And I'm glad that step 1 here is over. And we got a damn good looking truck now. Like I said, kind of wasted my time on the bed. I'm replacing it, but it's on there for now, so it's gonna match. I didn't kill myself on it, but definitely got it to blend pretty well. I'm pretty excited. Might not look like much to you, but you know, it's pretty show quality paint. But yeah, I don't come from money, nothing like that. I used to be a farmer and been detailing the past 6 years of my life. Started my own business, and I do enjoy the satisfaction when the work is done, for sure. You know, it's definitely starting to look like something. In the interior, still got to get the seat reupholstered. This is just the start, you know. The full detail. I mean, it's pretty much immaculate now. Still got to put the floor mats and stuff in, but it took a very long time. The interior took me a couple days itself. Fully loaded Lariat, full sound system, trailer brake controls, you name it. This is the exact truck that I've been wanting forever, and I'm glad that I got it. Never really had a preference on color, but black, as you could tell, is awesome when you're a detailer because it really shows how good and how much work you do put into something. But I mean, like, it's immaculate. As you guys can tell, the exterior, just the paint alone took me probably 2 weeks now. It got a 4 or 5 step wet sand, and it got a 2 step compounding, 1 step polish, and then a coating for now. Well guys, it's been a couple more weeks since you've seen the whole paint correction and everything done. You know, as far as the detailing goes, it's almost there. But yeah, I mean, we got the paint done, we got everything we need to do done. So now, obviously that beautiful paint, kind of pulled the trigger on something, which is, yeah, leading us to why we're here and taking this all apart. So this might have happened, and yeah, kind of wasn't expecting to get a bed and everything so soon, but it just worked out, and it was actually like a mutual friend of mine, and yeah, it turns out he had the same paint coat and everything and just got these repainted last year. And yeah, at a good price. I was able to get this, an 08 tailgate, and front and rear factory bumpers, all paint to match, black, same paint coat. They were just painted last year with fresh bed liner. I mean, this thing is super clean. A little dirty, but it is completely spotless. Just been sitting in his yard. His truck actually blew up, and yeah, so he's parting it out. So yeah, this is gonna be awesome. We got, of course, our AMSOIL ready to go in the truck. We haven't done too much mechanical yet to it. I kind of pulled the trigger on this unexpectedly, and yeah, which leads us to here. So went out, got some stuff yesterday. We're going to grind the bolts out of here, get this bed off for sale, you know, the whole 9. We did get the other bumper with the winch off, so we are rocking nothing. Still need to clean underneath the stuff I couldn't on the original detail. All that stuff will come with time. I'll just keep getting cleaner and cleaner as it goes on. So once this bed is off, we got the back rack, all the stuff for sale, bumpers for sale, winch for sale, everything. And then, so from here on out, once this is off, I'm gonna take the rest of the cover off. We'll probably leave it on the cab anyway. And when we have all the bumpers and everything off, I'm gonna start going down on this frame. So that's kind of a little update for you guys. So I'm gonna film as much as I can and the progress throughout this whole thing. So here we are, Wednesday. I'm leaving for Delaware over the weekend, so I'm gonna try to knock out some truck vlogs and get them posted up here, hopefully by the weekend. But yeah, this will be uploaded probably right before I leave, just to see what kind of progress where we're at and everything. Yeah, and for those who want to see the truck stuff, here you are. So we'll see how you guys like it and whatnot. I know a lot of people have interest in it. Also got the tailgate for sale as well. Of course, obviously it's all rusty, so which is why it's going. But yeah, we need you know, little odds and ends things on the beds. You know, I need to put internals. I got an 08 tailgate too. I don't know if I said that or not. I got that newer style tailgate, so it needs to be all the internals need to be put in it and whatnot, and we will be on our way to at least a complete bed setup. We also need the caps. I got these little, I actually really like these. the bull rings that go in these. So I'm going to get 2 more for the other side, and then of course the plastics, I'm going to get all new plastics for up top. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And then of course, you know, paint to match lights and all that will come with time. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at. That's how it's going to be. Whole truck's getting murdered. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm doing a black and gold scheme. I kind of figured everything out, rendered some stuff up. I'm pumped. Definitely looking forward to getting this thing underway. Like I said, the whole reason I traded in the first place, you know, and I kind of got here. So, like I said, hopefully my white truck is out of the shop soon, and then I'm probably going to put it into a different one where I'm going to have it painted and everything the pearl like I wanted to do. So it's kind of crazy, you know, racing ATVs, running a business full-time, building the 6.0, which is, you know, not going to be like, it's going to be show quality, but it's not going to be 100% perfect. It is going to be used. It is going to be a hauler. I'm still, you know, not losing sight of that, but I'll tell you what, this is, you know, like I said, why I traded the extended cab 6.0 for this one, because I did want, I love black. Black's probably my favorite color for a vehicle. And the fact that this was a crew cab Lariat, which is the package I wanted, that or a King Ranch. So, you know, it worked out great. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm definitely going to do this up the way I wanted to. Like I said, I didn't want to shell into a bunch of money on the old truck where, you know, it wasn't actually what I wanted. I love the color of that one too, but extended cab, it was an XLT. It wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't enough for me to put thousands of dollars into. So, but yeah, I got definitely a lot on my plate with the racing and everything going on, and the white truck being built and this truck being built at the same time. Yeah, it keeps my life interesting. I definitely always have something to do on my off days of work and off days. Yeah, so I mean, now pretty much I'll be working on this thing along with my other truck when I get it back, and kind of, you know, the weather's nice and it's getting near the end of the summer now, so it's not like getting as brutally hot during the day now. Kind of unfortunate because it went by so fast with all this COVID crap, but yeah, when you know, my time is pretty much going to be spent here, and I'm going to be keeping busy on the off time I have away from the, you know, the racing and, you know, just everything, building the trucks. So crazy life we live, but you know, I'm excited. I'm much rather not be doing really anything else than trying to build something that you're passionate about. So, and I'd highly encourage you all to do the same. So if my videos do something for you, you know, hopefully gives you a little bit of motivation to you know, get going on your build or whatever. So I definitely enjoy it. That's my passion and everything, and that's how I became a professional auto detailer, is, you know, being passionate and restoring old vehicles and, you know, doing them up and, you know, making a gem out of them, you know, turning trash to treasure. That's kind of like what I've always liked to do. So yeah, it's definitely more rewarding when I don't have to walk away from it. It's actually mine, so it's good to do things. Sucks to do things for free, but you know, it also saves me a lot of money. So, but yeah, so yeah, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna film as much as I can for you guys, and yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy the builds. And, you know, if this keeps working and this keeps growing, you know, I'll start vlogging and doing a bunch of different little truck videos and stuff for you guys too. I know I personally watch a bunch of people on YouTube who do the same kind of thing, so I'm entertained by it. They get a lot of views, and if you guys are entertained by it, I would love to entertain. So yeah, let me know. And yeah, don't mind my crazy hair going on here. I gotta get cut up tonight, but yeah, we've been busy. It's a crazy life with you know, racing, training, all that, building the trucks, running a business full time, and everything at 23 years old. So, you know, it's a lot on my plate, and I enjoy it though. So we're gonna keep vlogging the crazy life we live, and yeah, hopefully give you guys some motivation for your own builds. So actually had all the factory things with the little bit. My other truck didn't have that. I was actually able to tighten that spare tire that was flopping around there. I thought it was broken. I figured the kids screwed me over on that, but it tightened right up, no problem. I don't know why the kid was too lazy to even do that, but it's a shame I paint corrected this too. I didn't know how long I'd be stuck with a rusted bed, so I at least wanted it to match, but that kind of sucks. Oh well. It'll look good in the scrapyard. So they decided to spray this thick bed liner over it. So I am punching out the areas where the holes are. Fun. And then we're probably going to grind the heads right off them. And then that way the bolts will just fall right through, or probably have to be hammered through the frame. But yeah, that's probably the best way we're going to go about doing this, because we already snapped the Torx bit trying to loosen these. There's no way. The bolts look good underneath. I'm actually shocked. But yeah, too bad the underside of the bed is completely shot. I mean, this is soft. Paralyzed dog. She's finally getting her feeling back in her legs. She's feeling crazy. Little shaky. Got them all exposed. The front ones are really screwed. But yup. Got them all exposed now. Now we just got to grind away. So far, one out and punched. Gonna need a few of these, I think. Well guys, what's going on? Well, we got some progress done. That's right, yesterday we ended up having some help around, so we got the rest of those bolts out and disconnected all the wiring. Still got to run some wiring from this bed into the new bed, but other than that, it's pretty much done. At least it's off now, so that's awesome. As you can see, we got a lot of surface rust to take care of. So for those of you who are wondering, needle scaler, that's what I'm using. Definitely takes a while. I was a little bit misinformed, but it does work good. Just takes a lot of time in my case. As you can see, basically about the halfway point here where the axle sits, we pretty much got 95% of the flaky stuff off. I've been blowing it out in between, and I'm basically working this side one more time down to the hitch.
So the hitch to the axle, this whole area inside, outside, is all getting done. So I'm just finishing up here. Basically, any advice I would have, take a hammer if you have real flaky spots like I had. Just kind of tap on it everywhere. Your manpower is going to be a little bit more powerful than that. So in my case, the hammer actually broke up a lot of big chunks. Then I just kind of finished it off with that. So yeah, now it's about an hour before I leave. I got caught up with some other stuff, but yeah, I'm leaving for Delaware. So this is pretty much going to wrap it up. This is going to be my last pass with this, and we got to basically this axle back, so I'm just finishing it up. I'm gonna still have to touch it up when we get back, because it's not, like I said, it's not totally done. But yeah, step one is I don't know, quarter way there. So yeah, when I get back from vacation, we're taking that, zipping hammering everything, hitting that with everything, wire wheeling everything, grinding everything, brass wheeling everything, etc. Getting it down to bare metal as best we can. And then, yeah, the day this thing is completely down to bare metal is the day it gets painted, and which definitely will keep me occupied in between work and whatnot, considering I got to order a few things for this bed and get it ready to go on. So I still got to switch the harnesses. I'm going to need tail lights. I still got to clean the crap out of it. Wet sand buff so it blends in with that, because literally the job I did on this rot box bed is better than the paint job and whoever painted this did. So, but yeah, obviously nothing's going to be as good as factory paint, so that's a given. We got the AMSOIL ready to go in still. So we got a whole bunch of stuff. So it's looking like it's about to rain now too. So I'm gonna call it there, run this a couple more times, pretty much one more pass, and that'll be it. Blow it down. As you can see, I got a hell of a mess. Only wonder what it's gonna look like when it's finished, which 90% of that is from this bed, which is atrocious underneath. So a lot of the flaky stuff fell down, so I blew it all out beforehand. But yeah, no, this thing's knocking all this flake right out. As you can see, it kind of looks like my driveway is like cobblestone or something. But yeah, making good progress. As you can see, this thing works pretty good. I mean, I'm already down to bare metal on some parts, so a little wire wheeling should finish it off. I mean, if I were to do this again, unless you have time and enjoy something like this, just pay to get it sandblasted, because you're going to get better results with a quarter amount of the time. But I'm seeing what I can do with myself. Like I said, this is unfinished, so however I get it, I may not even be satisfied, and I may end up sandblasting it anyway. But should hopefully anyway save some money. So either way I look at it, it's a win. So we'll see how she comes out when I get back. So I'm looking forward to it, and see you guys in a minute. Well guys, just an update from the injury. Just went to the orthopedic. I'm able to walk today. But the orthopedic, I'm seeing the guy who used to do some of the NFL players. And yeah, he basically told me that they're getting me in ASAP for an MRI and everything else. So I'll keep you guys posted with more updates, but he's thinking I might have a lot more going on here, which isn't really what I wanted to hear, but hopefully not. Stay tuned. Hey guys, sorry for the super late post for this vlog. As you saw in the beginning of the video, or not really the beginning, just kind of through the whole thing, led you up to this point, and now we are almost 3 weeks out from the actual wreck. Kind of just wanted to explain what happened, and that I am doing much better.
unfortunately, I'm not 100%, and unfortunately, I'll still be out for the Ironman. It seems like. Definitely not happy about it at all. But hey, my arms are moving. I'm able to walk around good. So we're looking good. We're looking good at least for that last one. So what had happened was coming around first lap, and I got caught up in the dust at the whole shot. It was real dusty in those woods too. But I got through it. Everything was pretty much good. Um, Dust was flying. The woods were super tight. Um, it was definitely tough. I was really excited for the track personally. I thought the track was damn near perfect. Um, Minus the dust, of course. But as I was going through, I kind of misjudged a line. The dust's kind of deceiving too, and came through. Just started getting on the gas, and after reviewing the footage, I will be posting the GoPro footage. Not that it looks like anything, because that's typical GoPro, what it will do. Um, Kind of what happened was I came through, it got real tight, and I came through the one line, and yeah, unfortunately, I guess my left tire just hung out a hair, just enough to grab a tree, which was kind of like bent, like the same way we were going, if that makes sense. And basically, the whole quad just absolutely barrel rolled. The rear tire hit the other tree, and basically my quad got stuck in between two trees, and flipped obviously, just because it kind of did like a sidewinder effect and dropped me right on my head. Um, Huge shout out to Brandon Rembry. Uh, just what definitely not the day I was looking for. I hit the ground, and literally I instantly I just felt like, I don't know, it was so hard to explain, but I knew something was wrong. It was like one of those feelings where something's wrong. Um, so yeah, I didn't know. I thought I broke my neck. Luckily I had the Liet brace on, so you know definitely people are saying that saw the incident, are saying that it definitely saved me. So um, so yeah, they're saying that it definitely probably saved me from being paralyzed. Just the way I landed, it wasn't like a super high speed section or anything. Just the way it threw me. I came down on my right shoulder. Um, and yeah, I was petrified. I didn't want to move. After all the lines went through, I was in a real bad spot. Brandon, good people and good family. He went and he flipped my quad off the track for me, so I really appreciate that. Got it out of the way, and everyone came barreling through. And I tried getting back on after I knew something was up. I couldn't. Everything felt as if it was floating, if that makes sense. It wasn't a good feeling at all. I knew something was up. I went to hop back on the quad, rode it for a good 20 feet until the turn, and I couldn't move my arms. So, yeah, it kind of scared me. I just let it roll until I was off the track and stalled the motor out, laid there, and then two girls happened to be walking through. Thank you again to them, big time. They actually found me in the woods. They had a phone. I was able to call my dad, which then got a sweeper's attention, and then Dan Morton came and got me out of the woods. So we rode on the back with Mike Kane. They carted me out right into the ambulance. I went, and they made sure all my stuff got in, and the girlfriend packed everything up and met us at the hospital. Really, yeah. So definitely not in great shape. Ended up being, after MRIs, leading up to this point, it was a long, 6 hours at the hospital. We got home at midnight. That was rough. With MRIs and CAT scans and x-rays and seeing this doctor, seeing that doctor, bouncing all over the place. But they did a good job. They were really cool there at the hospital I went to as well. They were also local. Yeah, just a real bummer. I ended up basically everything is like separated, if that makes sense, in my body, exactly how it felt. I pulled the pads out of my helmet and everything to take it off so I didn't damage my neck on the way to the hospital and whatnot. Definitely a scary, scary, scary day. I was more mad than anything. Luckily, I was all right. I'm glad I'm all right. But of course, you know, wearing that neck brace, it's gonna put force on everything else. So I can 3 weeks out, I can finally get about a half breath in without my heart feeling like it's gonna explode. You know, a lot of inflammation, a lot of bone bruising. I have stage 3 AC separations. You know, scapula's all messed up. Just nasty, like muscle kind of related injury. After the MRI, luckily nothing was torn, no rotator cuff. We were debating surgery, at least on the right side, and you know, I think we made the right call by not doing it. You know, I'm working with a really good doctor. He used to work with some of the NFL players and whatnot. So yeah, working with him, and he's been pretty good. So as of right now, it'll be, you know, almost 3 weeks in here, and this chair is basically where I've been. It's the only place that doesn't cause me much pain. You know, even sleeping at night is unbearable. Just a couple Advil, you know, that's all they got me on, and just a little bit of a road to recovery. 3 weeks out, I definitely feel significantly much better, which is why I haven't made this video, because I was laid out to a point where I couldn't even sit up or shower or do anything on my own. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But I'm getting to a point now where the doctor says I'm moving around faster than ever. He's never seen someone take an impact like that and recover so quickly. So nothing but good news from the doctor these past few weeks, and sounds like this upcoming Wednesday, so I'm recording this is like Thursday. So yeah, by next Wednesday, I'll be done going to the doctor, and then I start some PT, physical therapy, and you know, kind of on the road to recovery from there. But I have movement back, hopefully be back working when physical therapy starts. At least I can, you know, continue working, because it's been a real tough time for me. But yeah, I just want to thank you know, everybody that reached out, all my sponsors, for all the continued support. Like that pain. Yeah, it's definitely a lot to go through right now. It's just a lot of like nerve and like pulling, and all the way from my lungs to my ribs to all the way up to my neck. I mean, the constant shock is unbearable. It's been rough, but slowly those problems are finally going away. Honestly, the rest of it is worse than my shoulder is, which is the main injury, was the one shoulder anyway. They were both separated, but this one was much worse. So doctor said now I'm down to about a 2. Everything's come back down. He wasn't sure because my shoulder was so far lifted up. He didn't know if it was gonna go back on its own without surgery. Luckily, like I said, I'm doing well. I just wanted to post the vlog up, get everything going. But yeah, I'm on my way to recovery, and I'm really, really, really upset I can't make it to the Evansville Ironman. But good luck to everybody out there racing. You know, we were so close to making something happen, with 2 points behind in a championship without throwaways. But we were right there, and then you know, came off a win, and then to have everything just crash down kind of sucks. 2020 has been probably the worst year ever, with everything. But we're gonna try to keep it positive. Yeah, I know I've said a lot in this, but yeah, no, it's just a road to recovery at this point, and hopefully shorter than later. So, you know, leading up to that, after I filmed that last segment of the vlog that you guys watched last time, I actually, about a day later or so, ended up needing emergency mouth surgery. I got a huge infection, so, you know, already, you know, business was slow. We're getting into colder weather, and then obviously the injury. So I was slow, the injury came, and obviously put a stop to my work schedule. So kind of been recovering from that, and then yeah, just recently I actually underwent a mouth surgery, and yeah, I was in excruciating pain. So definitely stressed about money, work, and everything else, and the anxiety, depression definitely building up around all through this injury, and definitely made it 10 times worse. Um, so yeah, just been a real struggle. Was in so much pain. Um, yeah, and had a girlfriend walked out on me right before I underwent the mouth surgery. Um, just definitely had to get rid of everything toxic. So I just kind of, it is what it is. So everything kind of piled up, and just having it's just it's rough. But yeah, it's got the mouth surgery done, and then in so much pain that I couldn't eat, and just all basically I've been eating was pills. um, Pain pills, antibiotics for infection. The infection was going into my blood, um, and then obviously the injury, so then that delayed me. So I thought I was done with the doctors. That's definitely not the case. Yeah, just kind of everything just kind of toppling in on me here. Um, it's been definitely rough to go through. Everything you have just kind of crashes down on you. It's definitely a shitty situation. So I have about few more operations in my mouth to go. At least they're months from now, so I kind of have a break. Hopefully, I'm fully healed by the next operation. Luckily, not in any pain. I'm starting to eat again slowly. Just my stomach, I feel like, shrunk so much over this course. Basically going into constant shock and everything at night, and sometimes got pretty scary. It definitely got pretty scary. But yeah, hopefully things are gonna start looking bright in my future. I'm just gonna keep grinding, keep doing me, start working again, and hopefully everything kind of follows, and kind of really start, finding happiness, and have that purpose and drive again. But yeah, racing's definitely had a big impact on that. Me not being on the bike and riding, have really no way to relieve the stress and everything else. So, but yeah, that's everything that's been going on. So those who reached out and have always supported, I really do appreciate it. And sorry for the kind of dark vibes in this, but yeah, that's the sad reality of what's really going on here. And up to this point, so 6 more weeks of therapy. I got movement with some pain kind of clicking in my shoulder and everything still. So yeah, I'm just at least hoping by next year I'll be healthy, happy, and on at least that local line again. So yeah, for those who have continued to show support and everything, really do appreciate it. And hopefully all the toxic shit is out of here, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep moving forward, and keep pushing for bigger and better things. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys, all the support. This is gonna wrap it up, since my season is definitely done now. The racing is over. I've missed every single race to finish it off. Just figured I'd give you guys a reason why. So yeah, it's kind of what's been going on. I know it's kind of a tough pill to swallow, but yeah, it's the reality of things. So we'll see. Hopefully things start turning around and finally going my way. But just seems like every time it's one step in the direction, it's 10 steps back. So just gonna keep pushing through it, and come back bigger and stronger than ever. So I hope to see you guys next year. Maybe make an appearance at the banquet if they have one. I don't really know, all this COVID shit. But yeah, I appreciate it. All my sponsors are stuck by my side, and just everything, all the continued support and everything I do. I really do appreciate it. But I felt the need to kind of make this video, and you know, a lot of people speculate and, you know, think they know what's going on and think they know that or this, but no, you know, so they don't. But yeah, I appreciate it from everybody, and yeah, I know this was kind of dragged on a little bit, but figured I'd let you guys know what was going on. Not too much into detail, because yeah, like I said, it's definitely in a dark place right now. So yeah, hopefully the light starts shining in somewhere, somehow, and kind of get my life back on track, and yeah, keep the ball rolling and come back bigger and stronger than ever next year. So I'll catch you guys next year. Thank you.